Boruto 2 Blue Vortex Chapter 3 just showcase how strong the new Rasengan really is. Also, we get a character we've been wanting to see for over 3+ years. But we're not going to talk about him now. We'll talk about it later on. But as always, we have my Boruto co-host, Rayshawn. Can you tell the viewers out there, where can they find your social media at?
You guys can find me on all your podcasting platforms such as Spotify, Apple, and etc. You can find me on Instagram at rgap2, and you can search up my podcast at Rayshawn Gatson Anime Podcast, or rgap for short.
All right, hit the subscribe button. And our goal of 500, we're literally almost there. You guys have been killing it. I greatly appreciate it. All right, enough of us talking. Let's get into the chapter. As of right now, it continues off where the previous chapter ended, of chapter 2, with, Boruto activating his Rasengan Uzuhiko. As of right now, we see Cole saying that, is it the vanishing Rasengan? Is it good at? No, it's different. That's an invisible technique that can attack from a distance. It's useless if it's not an ambush, but it has a strange approach to it. As of right now, you see Boruto slowly walking to Code. And then you see Code try to stop Boruto, but this panel right here was so badass where he just lifts his sword up to stop his claw right there. And he's saying that you seem to have a lot of confidence in that technique, but too bad it's futile and if it doesn't hit. And right now, Boruto's still having that cold, sinister look in his face like, you have no idea what's going on right now. And he's saying that, I told you, it's too easy to kill you. And I'm loving it right now. He's saying, matter of fact, I'm halfway done with it. And then you see the vortex swirling around Code right now. And Code's looking like, what the hell is going on right now? Mind you, he's putting the beats on Code on base form. He hasn't activated his card mark at all. Remember when they fought back in the woods in the Konoha where it was Code, Kaoki, and Boruto, where Boruto had to activate his card mark right away. So right now, you see Boruto just chilling, like still in base form. And he tells him one more time, take me to where the 10 tails is hidden. If you can't, you'll die here. And Cole's looking at him like, yo, dude, don't make me laugh. Like, nothing's going to happen to me. And then this right here, what really got to me as well, too. Later in chapter, there was a great explanation about it, which we'll talk about in a few. You see Code going after Boruto, and he's missing and missing and missing and missing. And you're thinking that, is he moving that fast? But we'll talk about it later on why Code was missing Boruto when he was attacking him. And Cole's saying that it's not a genjutsu. It's not a clone jutsu. What is going on? And then we see Boruto finally use Rasengan Uzuhiko, and then you see a vortex just swirling around him, and he hits Code right in the chest, and you see him flying away. And you see the agony pain on Code's face, and you see him flying away. Before we talk about that, what was your take on the first few pages of chapter 3?
For the first few pages, I loved Boruto's confidence. He basically had this move that he knew was gonna be the winner. He already knew. Which I feel like this move is pretty cool. Just how it looks swirling against his arm and everything, and then the confidence code, like, oh, he's just gonna hit me with another vanishing Rasengan. But I do like the fact that he acknowledged that that is a move that he need to watch out for, because a lot of people get hit with that, and you'd be like, yeah, act like I don't know this man can do this, but I fucks with it. I thought it was weird at first when they like called it a Rasengan, but it didn't have the balls like we are used to. So I'm sitting here like, what the fuck is that? Like, I'm trying to see what's going on. But yeah, it's probably one of like the best moves. I love the whole sword thing you showed. I think it's even something Kawaki says in this chapter that kind of brings up the whole like, yeah, you have so much Sasuke vibes going on right now. Because even the way he caught his sword, the way he's talking, like he's like, bro, just take me where the 10 tails is, bro. You don't want these problems. I've been trying to tell you this for the longest, but you act like you can't understand me. Now I gotta kill you. But I think these first few chapters really prove that Boruto in those 5 to 10 years, or how many years it was before the end of Boruto to this man actually trained his ass off. He looked like he's learned so many new techniques. Because even with this technique right here, we still don't even know all the things he learned to learn this technique. Because this is some gangster shit right here.
All right. Then we get 2 pages of this person, and it means a lot. We see Ada and Damon. As of now, you see Ada like, is it over? It's a simple technique, than I thought. How's it different from an ordinary Rasengan? And then Damon, he's nonchalant about everything that's going on. He's not even afraid of what Boruto has learned or what he can do. It just showcased how strong Damon really is. He says the shaking of the ground is this Boruto. Rather than the ground itself, it's the planet. And the move that's using the planet's rotation. And then you see Ada saying that the planet's rotation. He says, I see. Interesting. And Damon knows what the move is. And he still doesn't have that shocked face when he first seen Himawari. And it has me thinking, like, what does Himawari have that made you... Damon always has this calm look to him. Remember back a few chapters ago when he seen Himawari, like his facial expression was like, holy shit, how is this girl this strong? And Boruto's 3 years deep in his time skip using a whole new move that's shaking the ground of the planet. And he's still like, interesting. What do you think about Damon just looking at Boruto like, cool move, bro?
Well, I like it because it makes you feel like, yes, Damon is stronger, which we don't know. I think Damon understands the mechanics of the move, basically everything that like goes on. I don't know if he can like do it, but also the fact that Damon also has an ability where he can basically bounce attacks back on you. So it's like, no matter what you really learn, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that makes me feel like Himawari is going to have a move set that can either bypass that, which I think the Gentle Fist already can. So she might be learning some crazy shit. That's just my headcanon type shit. But the fact that Damon was able to just explain the move to Ada, and which is kind of crazy to me because you think Ada can see through everything. She at least you think she'd go back in the past and be like, what the fuck is he even doing? Type shit. Like, you think she made explain it, but I think it's kind of funny having like Damon being like the narrator, kind of explaining the move a little bit. So it was kind of funny seeing him in that spot. I think the fact that they haven't moved, like they just sitting on the couch, like the leaf could blow up while we give a fuck. We just sitting here, man. And I love that attitude between them. I think that's pretty cool. I know Damon, one of my favorite characters. He hasn't shown that expression he did when he saw Himawari, which is like why everybody is low key team Himawari because we waiting. That's the shit we waiting.
What's your take on his nonchalant about bars? Like, it's cool, I guess.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's kind of hard to tell. Damon fight was cold. And I mean, that was a weaker code, you know, I mean, to where we at now, like time. And then you got Boruto. He could still be stronger, low key, but I think they're probably like really close in average. Because with all the headcanon I think Boruto have right now, it would be crazy as fuck if a model is building androids at this level. Like, we might need to go look at him again. Like, what the fuck? Like, this is crazy.
Then we see Code survive. And people are probably thinking, like, Code's able to survive from that strong move. Mind you, there's a reason why Boruto didn't use the full strength of the Uzuhiko Rasengan. Because he still wants to fight in Ten Tails. And he knows that Code is very naive when it comes to these type of things. And he knows that he can manipulate Code in his own way. And then you see Boruto saying that, I'm surprised that you can stand from this. Like I said before, he's using this opportunity to get more intel about the Ten Tails. Boruto just showcase that he can really take out Code if he really, really wanted to. But he's saying that, let me manipulate this dumbass and find the Ten Tails. And then we see like a vortex swirling around Code. And then you see Code just falling to the ground. And you're thinking, like, what the hell is this rotation? And Bar's just looking down at him like, you are pathetic. And then he's saying, what did you do to me? And then Bar's just saying that, savor it well. Think about this as a strike from the planet you tried to destroy. I'm like, holy shit. And then we get more in depth about the Rasengan. He's saying the chalk of the planet, a Rasengan that absorbs its rotation. That is Ryuzuku. The power crushing through your body will never disappear. And I'm like, so it's a permanent vortex on Code. Just basically saying that it's messing up his, you know, the way he sees things, the way he moves, that he's always going to be falling down because everything's just swirling around him. And he's saying that just like this planet, it doesn't stop its rotation. And then you see the rotation, again, swirling up right in front of Code. And mind you, only Code can, you know, process this because it's on him right now. Before the rotation of the planet stops, your life will end. And then you see Code falling and falling and falling again, and he has no idea what happened to him. And then Boruto, this cold, sinister move right there. He says, "If I release this, it's a different story. Either way, you will wait for a death in silence." I'm like, bars right there. Or he said, "Or hand me the 10 tails to survive. Even if you're a fool, carefully think about it and decide." And that right there, I'm loving it. And I'm just loving this, nature chakra that he literally put him on him. The planet's rotation on Code. Not no regular Rasengan, Rasengan. No, he put the planet's rotation on Code where it would mess up his movements for the rest of his life as long as the Rasengan's on him. What's your thoughts on that, Rashawn?
I like the fact that you sort of brought up nature energy because I wanted to bring up the fact that this man must know some type of sage mode. The crazy thing is, I can't tell you who trained him. I can give you a little hint because he does. It's something that's else in this chapter that kind of throws me off a little bit too. That makes me like, how the fuck did he get that? Like, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like leaning you towards maybe he kind of learned this from like the like he has that maybe frog sage mode, maybe, but that's just headcanon. I don't really know, but the fact that he's able to like imbue enough energy where now we're bringing the whole earth into our attacks now, it's this is a whole nother level like
Yes.
of stage mode right now because like this is fucking crazy. I can't even explain really what this move is. You know how there's some things you'd be like, this needs to be animated. This needs to be animated. I need to see this move, how it like works, how it's going on, like what like goes around them, because it's like it's so cool, like how it's drawn. But I really want to see how it like actually work, because this man is so confident like in this move, and the fact that he's like, yeah, I didn't even give you the whole 100%. I just gave you the little bit of that. And you can't even handle that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if I would have really did it, you would have been gone. That people been looking at me like I'm the bad guy now. Like, which is funny. I think one thing this is kind of tell us is maybe the Ten Tails has a way to stop the omnipotence. Like maybe that can help stop the omnipotence. Because I wonder why he's like so gun ho to go after the Ten Tails now instead of going after like Code and like Kawaki. It must be something bigger with that to that fact. So I'm thinking, like in the last, I think in our review or something, I was saying that I think there might be something that's going to take over Code's body. I think we're kind of leaning towards that now.
If I had to complain about the move, I just want to see it at full force. I just don't see what it truly can do. He took it light on Code because he wants to get intel by the Ten Tails. He knew that Code, like I said before, Boruto knew that he could destroy Code, but he wanted to use his he wanted to manipulate him because he knows how dumb Code really is, and he took it easy on him on that Uzuhiko Rasengan. I wanted to see it with full force.
I definitely want to see it with full force because I want to see like, but who you want to see a used on though?
Code. Epic Code.
Oh, you want to see it used on?
Yeah.
I low-key want to see it kind of used on Kawaki. I just want to see, because Kawaki low-key, I ain't going to lie, these last few chapters, he used to be like maybe my third or fourth favorite. Now he's leaning towards towards the bottom. Because I need to get more of his motives. I think we need Kishimoto to really bring us what's going on in that man's head.
All right. Then we see Kawaki invade the situation between Boruto and Code. Mind you, since we've seen Boruto, he has had a straight Code look face since he met Sadara, Code, and Kawaki. But his face expression changed once Himawari changed. You look at him and he's like, oh shit, that's my sister right there. Like I said before in the prediction videos, I feel like he was going to lose focus a tad bit because, mind you, he haven't seen his little sister in over 3 years. And then right now we've seen, Shikamaru saying that report the situation, Kawaki, what is going on. And then you see Kawaki saying that Boruto is able to, slow down Code, and then you see Kawaki activate his power to shrink all the claw markers. Right now Code trying to run away like a punk ass that he is. Right now he once again another L for Code, and right now he's trying to retreat from this ass whooping that he was getting from Boruto. And then you see Code take out one of the Ten Tails monsters out of his claw mark, and Kawaki's able to destroy him. But Code, it was pretty cool. He was able to evade everything, just dip out by jumping into the 10 tails. That right there was pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie to you. What was your thoughts on that, real quick?
That was well, Cole dodging Kawaki and stuff. Let's go back a little bit. Kawaki showing up to the situation talking a lot of badass shit like he on the same level as Boruto, which I want to see them two fight because this man, like, who the hell is you to tell me what to do? Because like in this whole situation, Boruto not like truly explaining anything, but he's like, hey, leave him alone because you're provoking him. I'm trying to basically get this information. Y'all been over there fighting, and I'm handling the real shit. Now you coming over here, but now, like, got Kawaki over here, like, who the fuck is you to order me around? I hate the whole, like, I'm the whole Kage's son type of thing now, like, feeling you getting from Kawaki. And you just sitting back there like, bruh, why just hit this nigga with the vortex? So like, that's what 100% can do because he is too confident right now. I don't like that, and the fact that it seemed like just I don't know because they did say make it. Cause I think Kawaki said he took out all the 10-tail little clone things, which I don't know because they showed earlier like few of them turned into trees. So you didn't kill those ones, did you? Or did he kill them and then they turned into trees? That is interesting too, because I wonder if they're making little fruits from like the people they absorbing. Because if that's happening, I don't know what this new story of Boruto was about to give us, because they are literally taking the lore we know and kind of changing it. But I thought Code dodging Kawaki is kind of cool. It kind of finally give him a a little moment. Not even though he's running away, but finally, he got a little decent moment there.
So, talk about the tree situation. All right, so we see Sadara. She says that 10 tails, by eating the Suzuki, it becomes a beast that becomes a god tree. But Rena has an instinct that might be trying to eat people. And perhaps it's a failed god tree and something is wrong. And then you see people that were absorbed by the tree are still alive. So there's something going wrong with the 10 tails transforming these people into trees right now. And it could be due to, Cole putting the claw marks all around the 10 tails and probably made it defective where they probably are not dying, probably not absorbing the chakra correctly. Like there's so much going on and we don't even know yet what happened to the trees and why are they defective.
They seem defective because they're not doing what we know them to do, which can also be like the main thing with Boruto, basically like you don't even understand what's going on. Which makes me want to know who the fuck is talking to Boruto. How the fuck do they know what's going on? Because like we as the readers are still like, what the fuck? And if they have this type of knowledge, why doesn't the more people know? But I'm just going to the fact that I do think whatever Code did to the Ten Tails to kind of manipulate it, that might have something to do with it, but also this might also be all of Ten Tails' plan. It might not be absorbing all the chakra from the people at this moment. It might be trying to like set it up, like, you know what I mean? I don't know. That's just basically what I'm trying to say.
And then we get some dialogue with Kaoki and Boruto. And Kaoki's taking some shots at Boruto. He's like, 3 years. Did you become a Uchiha adopted child? I'm like, yo, what is wrong with him? And then Boruto's like, I see your petty shit hasn't stopped. It's good to know that you still talk shit like you did when we was kids. And he's saying, Himawari, it's good to see that she's doing fine as well too. And this right here, I love this part from Boruto and Kaoki. He was saying that, why are you here? If you chose your hometown as your death place, I'll help you end it right here. And Boruto's like, all right, dying here is not that bad, but it's not going to happen today. Then we see Boruto telling Kaoki, back off, you're in the way. And then Kaoki saying that the only one is in the way right now is you, Boruto. And then we'll talk about this in a few minutes, but what's your take with Kaoki taking these petty shots at Boruto?
Uchiha Child one was kind of funny because everyone's been saying that. Like he's dressed up like Sasuke. He has a Sasuke type of aura going on about him. So I like the fact that for somebody that only met Sasuke maybe a handful of times or something, was able to point that out on point blank. Like, oh yeah, you got a whole Uchiha vibe going on. The fact that Kawaki is just, I don't know how I feel about him like being so into the Hokage son storyline. You know what I mean? Where it's kind of like calling him out, like, why the fuck are you back in the village? Why are you here? Like what? Like, bruh. And what else kind of pisses me off with Kawaki? Like, from the mindset Kawaki gave us from the last Boruto, like if I find one of these Usushkis, I'm gonna kill him soon as I see him, type shit. Cole's right there on the fucking ground. Why the fuck you didn't kill him? That should have been the first thing you did when you came there. You should have killed him. So we can still establish that okay, this man is bloodlusted for his Sushkis type shit. But like, I don't know. I think it's crazy the fact that Kawaki was one of the first few people there, but doesn't really know what happened or what's going on. Like you would think he'd be able to kind of read the chakra or knew like, okay, Boruto hit this nigga with some crazy shit. He on the ground, but it seemed like nobody understands why Code's on the ground.
And then we get one of the best parts of the entire chapter. We see Boruto complete cutting out whatever Kaku's saying right now, and then we see a toad pop out under Boruto's cloak saying that succeeding sneaking in Boruto, Code has went back to his base. And when you see that toad, who is it? Who had a toad in Boruto? Kashi Koji. He is back, and right there he played a part in training Boruto, because we haven't seen Kashi Koji since he got his ass whooped against Ishiki, and right now he's finally back, and it is possible that Boruto might have learned Sage Mode.
From Kawaki? From Kashi Koji?
Yes. That being said, now he has the Karma Mark with Momoshiki inside of him, and the possibility of knowing Sage Mode. This man is OP. And then he has a Rasengan that can change, that has a rotation of the planet Earth. This man is OP right now, and right now this is amazing. We waited 3+ years to get Kashi Koji. Granted, we didn't see him, but seeing the toad right there just confirms so many things. Nature chakra as well too. This man has so many abilities under his arsenal, and I just cannot wait to see Kashi Koji and what he actually taught Boruto as well too. Mind you, learning from Sasuke and Kashi Koji, those are one of the best two teachers of all time that you can learn from anything. What are your thoughts right there of everything I just said right now with Kashi Koji?
Well, Kashi Koji, with the frog summoning, he had to basically meet someone that either knew that already had frog summonings, or he had to go to Mount Mukuboko type. I mispronounced that, but he basically gonna have to go where the frogs are to basically to get on the contract signing to even summon these toads. So he low-key had to meet somebody. I don't know, but I think that's interesting that he does have toads now. When he went from snakes before, now he has toads, which I think they're trying to low-key how they've been using toads, especially from Kashi Koji, as they seem like they have a lot more uses. Like, you know what I mean? Like you got ones that can sneak around and take like camera footage and shit. Like what the fuck? Like, but I kind of fucks with it. I always liked the idea that Koshin Kenji was still alive. So the fact that he most could have trained Boruto, I think when we did the first prediction before the first chapter, you said something like, I think the first few chapters we should go over their what they were training, like what they did over that time period. I now agree with you with that. I do think we should do that because I would love to see how that even came about, like, because that is pretty fucking interesting. And the fact that we low-key kind of skipped over the fact that the real Hokage's son came. You get Shikamaru and you get Shikadai, and them all kind of run to Boruto asking him like, what the fuck are you talking about with Code and all this shit? But to me, since how everything changed and everybody switched up, I would have looked at these motherfuckers and be like, I don't talk to side characters. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, what the fuck is y'all gonna do? Y'all don't even understand where we at right now type shit. Like, y'all need to back up. Y'all need to handle the tree situation. Let me handle this shit up here. Which he low-key saying, but not saying, because this nigga loaded Kawaki talking his shit. This nigga just turned around talking to his frog. Like, all right. But low-key about to show us, because I think what we about to see is a reverse summoning. You know how they can switch places? I think that's what we about to see. So that would be low-key type shit. I want to see if, which we could see a reverse summoning, or also they got time portals too. So I want to see if Boruto do a reverse summoning, then you probably have Kawaki race after him, chase after him type shit. That's what I'm thinking that's gonna happen.
Then before we end the chapter, we see Code, and you see that he's still affected by the Rasengan, and he's messing up the way he moves right now. And then we see that poor old Bug became part of the tree, and he is knocked out right now. And then we see one of the toads on Cold as well too. Like I said before in the beginning of the video, Boruto could easily kill Cole with that Rasengan, but he held back, knowing that Cole is stubborn and doesn't really, he can manipulate him so easy that he was like, you know what? Let me give him half of this Rasengan and plant a toad on him, so I know the Ten Tails that, because I know that he is so weak that he would try to hide and run back to Ten Tails to probably get more chakra from the Ten Tails or manipulate more of the army as well too. What's your thoughts on that?
I think that's a good plan, and it's showing you that he's learned from people that's like very tricky.
Yes.
And this is a total Jiraiya or Kashikoji type of moveset right here. I mean, he literally did it for the Naruto battle when he sent the frog in there. He did it when he went to go fight Jigen. So I mean, this is totally pulling a page right out of his book, which I think is very interesting because I really want them to explain how he got these frogs, and I also want to understand if the frogs are affected by the omnipotence, like, because they are technically living creatures and everything, and they all met Naruto, and you would think they would know Boruto is his son and everything. So I wonder if they are affected by it. I don't know if they explained that or not, because I don't know, because like if every living thing, then maybe are the trees affected type shit. Like you gotta get to that point type shit. But I really want them to talk about that. But I think the way the Ten Tails, like how Cole got his stuff around him, kind of makes it looks kind of cool. Yeah. But I wonder, like, is that like a bean in there? Like, not like, how the regular Ten Tails was like a monster, like wow, it wasn't like anything really in there. But I think it's smart. Like it has like conscious, like it can think and everything. It might be a whole Ushushiki type for real.
Yes.
Because that's how I feel like Boruto's making it seem. Like, he's like, we need to go straight for that motherfucker. That's the thing. Some shit, Cole, you are a backup villain. Like, you B tier. Where's Ten Tails? Jesus. That's the shit I want to see.
Then we get the final panel. Then you see the Ten Tails covered up in the claw marks with implanted rods all over it. And then you see Boruto using his hand signal right now, basically confirming, there it is, I found the Ten Tails, and he might summon himself right to Code's hideout and finish this thing right off, because I believe Code is probably going to try to fuse himself with the Ten Tails, because he knows that I'm in big trouble. I can't take on Boruto, I can't take on Kawaki. My last step is maybe absorbing the entire Ten Tails and becoming one with it. Same thing happened with Obito when he could combine himself with the Ten Tails. So I think Code's trying to do the same exact thing, because he knows he can't take them on. And this is his last attempt to try to defeat them.
Could be possible that he's going there to absorb it, but see, we really got to understand the effects of what Boruto's Rasengan is doing to him, because it might not, because how he was making it sound, it was like, you're never getting away from this. like this move is following you for the rest of your life. You should have never let me touch you type shit. So it's like, even if he do absorb the Ten Tails, is he still gonna be getting fat? Like he'd be like, you just lucky I didn't hit you with the 100%. Like, because if I would have got you with that one, we wouldn't be here right now. But I think that is super cool. And also, I think this is also interesting, because it also proves the fact that he couldn't get there without Cole going there first. Like, yes, he couldn't just keep going into different dimensions and finding it. Not sort of like Sasuke, because I think Sasuke had coordinates. So I think that's interesting. And it's also interesting that he didn't go straight for a model to try to get over there. So I wonder about that, why he didn't do that. But also, if he's training with Koshi and Kenji, and Koshi was probably like, nah, the only nigga that's talking to a model was me. And I got some shit I got to say to him. Soon, I feel like the day he see him, he might sweat a little bit. He might be like, "Oh, hold up." But then you never know. Amato might be like, "Uriah, and that nigga just fall on the ground." Oh, that would be hilarious.
But overall, how would you score this chapter?
I'll give this chapter about an 8 or 9. It kept me entertained throughout the whole chapter. It's hard to give it a 10. I don't know why I can't give it a 10, but I feel like it's missing that 10 element. You know what I mean? But 8 or 9, most definitely.
Yeah, I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10. Just seeing that Vortex, Rasengan, and what the damage it can do, and see this Cole being basically distraught everything of all his movements. He's like can't even walk straight. He's like a drunken man at this point. He can't even walk straight, and he's just always falling and falling and falling. And I love it. And plus, seeing the Toads again. We haven't seen the Toads in Boruto in so long, and then basically confirmed that Kanji Koji is making a comeback soon after so many years. Which that right there elevated to an 8.5 for me.
Yeah. If you really notice, we haven't really seen a lot of big summonings.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like everybody's kind of sticking with small. I mean, we got the big snake in the beginning and stuff, and I think Koji used a big frog, but most of the time it seems like they're using like smaller animals and stuff, which is cool.
All right. Well, guys, comment below. Tell me what was your favorite moments in this chapter, and what do you guys think about our review of this chapter as well, too. But before we end it, Rayshawn, where can they find you at?
You guys can find me on all your podcasting platforms. Just search up Rayshawn Gatson Anime Podcast, or RGAP for short. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, on TikTok, just searching up RGAP2. And learn more about anime and with me, Rayshawn.
Also, the subscribe button. We're almost at our goal of 500. We're literally almost there, and you guys have been killing it. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. Also, right now we have a lot to discuss about in our next prediction video of Kashi Koji, etc., etc., etc. So be on the lookout for that next video, next upcoming weeks. Until then, this is Coach Universe.